variable expressions and variable equations. When you're taking notes with me, it's helpful to use a highlighter like I do. So if you have one, you can take that out and do a little bit of highlighting. If you don't have a highlighter with you, try to bring one every day. Well, we've already taken notes on the definition of variable expression and variable equation. So we'll move on to part 2. These are our activities or our exercises. Part 2, Part 3, and Part 4. I will go over 1 or 2 examples from each section, and then I'll allow you to work on your own to finish the rest of each section. Part 2. What operation is in effect for each expression? The operations are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay, so if we know what the operations are, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, we can identify the operation that's in effect for each of these expressions. Notice that they are expressions and not equations. I don't see any equal signs anywhere. So these are all expressions. The first one, what operation is that? 7 plus y, that's obviously addition. So let's write addition. Number 2, 9x. Whenever there's a number right next to a letter, it means we're multiplying that number times the letter. So this is multiplication. Another way we could write that would be like if we had 9 and parentheses x. It's the same idea, it's just multiplication. Okay, so what you're going to do now is stop the video and complete 3 through 8 on your own. And then when you're done with those, you can start the video again for part 3. Part 3, here are some variable expressions and the given values for the variables. Use the given values to find the value of the whole expression. Okay, there's a lot of terminology there that we need to understand. So it says here are some variable expressions. We know what those are. We already took notes on that. And it says we also have given values for the variables. A given value means they tell us what the value is for the variables. So we know for each letter for the variables, we know what it equals. For example, on the first one, 7 plus y when y equals 5. So this is the given value right here for y. Y equals 5, that's the given value. And we can figure out what 7 plus y is, because if y equals 5, then we can substitute, take y out and put 5 in its place. 7 plus 5 is 12, which means we have now found the value of the whole expression. That's what that means. Value of the whole expression means what is the value when you work out all the math. Okay, number 2. 4x. We know that a number next to a letter is multiplication, so this is 4 times x, like this, 4 times x, and x equals 3, so that's just 4 times 3, which equals 12. So the value of the whole expression is 12. Go ahead and stop the video now and figure out the values for 3, 4, 5, and 6 on your own. Then when you're done with that, start the video again for part 4. Part 4. Here are some equations. Use mental math to figure out the value of the variable. So this time we have equations. We have equal signs in each one. So these are not just expressions, they're equations now. And we're going to use mental math to figure out the value of the variable. Okay, so the variable is the letter, right? So we want to know, what is the letter? What's the value of that letter? What's the number that it represents? So for number 1, it says 6 plus x equals 9. Okay, so 6 plus x equals 9. What number adds with 6 to make 9? So 6 plus 1, so 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so x equals 3. So we just write x equals 3 because we're trying to find out what the value of the variable is, not the value of the whole thing. We already know the value of the whole expression equals 9. We just want to know what the value of that letter is. Okay, for number 2, m minus 4 equals 6. So some number take away 4 equals 6. That must be 10, because 10 minus 4 is 6. Yeah, so m equals 10. I think you get the idea. Go ahead and try to figure out the value of the variable for 3 through 8.